Hi, my name is Dr. Kaspari over at Hillcrest Pet Hospital. I'm here with my assistant Nini. She's going to ask me a few questions about the importance of deworming your puppies and pets in general.
Hi, Doc. So I got a couple questions for you. So what are some of the parasites found in dogs and how are they treated?
So the most commonly found parasites in dogs and cats are whipworms, hookworms, roundworms, and tapeworms. Tapeworms specifically are transmitted through fleas, so that's why it's also very important to do your flea medications on a regular basis. And also the other two that we see a lot of is Giardia and Coccidia. And the important part about that is that they're also zoonotic diseases, so we need to be careful with those.
Okay. So how do intestinal parasites impact the health and well-being of my dog?
Well, it affects them in several ways. They can cause diarrhea. It can make them sick. They may not eat, or they may even vomit, and it prevents them from thriving.
So what are some signs and symptoms for me to know if my dog has intestinal parasites?
One of the main ones is, with the tapeworms, you actually see them in the actual worms. Are the only worms that you can really actually see well. They look like little rice grains, but mostly you just find the symptoms as vomiting, diarrhea, not eating, and just not doing well.
So what would you recommend in order to diagnose properly if there was parasites in my dog?
Well, it's very important that we do fecal floats and just checking the feces for parasites on a regular basis. You just drop off a stool sample to us and we'll send it to the lab to test for those parasites.
How often would you recommend we do a fecal float?
In puppies more often than adult dogs. Adult dogs at least once a year, but puppies more often, especially with your first visit and second visit. We like to just double check them, make sure that we catch them early.
Okay, what are some differences between natural remedies and over-the-counter dewormers compared to prescription medications?
I don't know. I feel like those parasites are pretty resilient. To have to treat them with home remedies may or may not work, but definitely we have some really good dewormers on the market right now that can treat those. Especially if you start doing things like Sentinel, which is really good for heartworm prevention. You can they also treat the intestinal parasites as well. So this way they're constantly on a monthly basis, they're on preventatives, and you don't run the chance of them getting an infection.
Nice. So how do I choose the right dewormer for my dog?
There's, like I said, there's a lot of the different stuff on the market, different products, but what we use here, in addition to our flea and tick medication, which we use Bravecto, we use Sentinel, which you come once a year. We do the heartworm test, and if they're negative, we send you home with a year's supply of Sentinel, which does heartworm prevention, and it gets all the four main worms that dogs get. It treats them.
So if I treat one dog in my house, do I need to treat the other dog as well?
Yes, definitely. Every single pet in the household has to be treated for it to be an effective preventative.
All right, those are the questions I had, Dr. K. Thank you so much for answering those for me.
Yes, you're welcome. It's been fun.